Everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, you guys. This one is called Let's Ride. Yes, let's ride. Look, like I told y'all before, I got a car. Okay. See, it started when my father told me, "Come on, let's go." I said, "Where we going?" And he said, "We're going down to get your license." Okay. So we rode down to 99th and I forget what it was. I think it was 99th and Wentworth or something like that. We went to 99th Street, okay? And we stood out in a long line and we did all these tests and everything. And then I came out, I had my license, and I was happy. I was so happy. And we was walking out to the car, and my father said, "Come on, you drive." I said, "What?" He said, "Drive." And I was nervous because, not because I was scared to drive, but because my father was sitting in the passenger seat. So I said, "Okay, here we go." And we drove up. We drove up, and then he just kept saying little stuff. "All right, get over a little bit, get over a little bit," saying stuff like that. But finally, I was able to get home. And he said, "Yeah, you drove good." And I was happy and proud of myself. I was proud of myself. So this was around in November when he did that. And in December, he gave me the car. A 71 Buick Electra. 71 Buick Electra. Deuce and a quarter. Deuce and a quarter. All right? A tank. All right? Well, anyway, I couldn't wait to get out the house. Like that Christmas, he gave me the title and the keys in the envelope. And that was my Christmas present. I didn't have no presents from him or my mother. They didn't give me a present or nothing. But I bought a lot of gifts. I bought a lot of gifts myself because I had just started working. So nobody got me a gift. I said, "Okay, forget it. I'm not worried about it." And that was my gift. And I was getting ready to go out the door and with my pajamas on. They said, "No, get back in here. Put some clothes on or something, boy." Man, well, anyway, I had this car, so then I was able to drive to work, and I was proud, man, and happy. And you couldn't get me out the car. Anytime somebody wanted to go somewhere, they come to me. They say, "Look, man, come on, let's go." And I would drive them anywhere they need to go. You know, and just give me a little gas. That's all. So finally, the car started driving real bad. Started driving real bad. I said, "Man, what is going on?" And so we had a lot of alley mechanics, jack legs or whatever you want to call them, mechanics around. So I asked one of them. I said, "Well, what's wrong with my car?" And the dude checked my car. He said, "Oh, you just need a tune up. You need to tune your car up." And I said, "How much you charge?" And he said, "I charge man, maybe $40 or something like that." I didn't have it. I couldn't afford it. So I told him, I said, "Now keep in mind, this was in the '80s, okay? So it's no telling, I couldn't afford that. So I was telling him I couldn't afford it. He said, well, just sit down walk until you get the money up. So they wouldn't do it. So I figured, I said, "Hey, I can do it myself." Yes. So I went to the auto parts place, and I think it was called Major Motors. How many of y'all remember Major Motors? I don't know if it's still there or nothing like that, but a Major Motors was a place that we used to go to up in Chicago. So I went to Major Motors and I got tune-up stuff. Got the spark plugs, the wires, and uh, I don't know what else I got, but I got some spray for the carburetor, and I got an oil filter and everything like that. So I gets home and I jacks the car up, and I get up under there, and I took a bolt loose for the oil, and I was able to change the oil. My first time changing oil. So I changed my oil, and then I got to the spark plugs. So I got to the spark plugs, and I pulled every wire loose. All the wires are loose on there, which was a no-no. I broke a rule. As far as mechanics are concerned, you're supposed to take one spark plug at a time. If you don't know the firing order of the car, you're supposed to take one spark plug out at a time. Which I didn't adhere to that. I didn't think about that. Because I wasn't a mechanic at the time. I didn't. So I took all the spark plugs off, spark plug wires off, and I changed all the spark plugs. I gapped them correctly. I gapped the spark plugs correctly, but when it came down to putting the wires back on, I said, this so it was 8 wires, that I had to plug up, because that was an 8-cylinder, okay? So I plugged all the wires in wrong, and I went, and then the car wouldn't start. So I kept switching them around. And I started panicking, and I switched them around. Then I after I stayed out there for a couple of hours, like about 5 hours, trying to figure it out, I went into the house and I asked my father. I said, "Hey, Dad, what? My car won't start. I changed it." He said, "What you do?" I said, "I changed the oil, and I went to change the spark plugs, and he said, 'Oh, you done took all the wires off, didn't you?' I said, 'Yeah.' He said, 'That's stupid. Deal with it. Deal with it.' So he told me to deal with it. So I went back out, and I went to the mechanic, the jackleg mechanic again. I said, 'Look, man, I can't. This is day 2. Now I hadn't drove, and I love driving. Driving. So I couldn't drive, man, and I was feeling sick inside. I was like, oh my goodness. I said, okay, ask a mechanic, the jackleg mechanic, how to do it. He said, oh, you mess your firing order up, man. He said, well, just find the firing order and then plug it in. I didn't know where to find the firing order. So I looked on the car and tried to find it for a couple of hours. So I had to go to work the next day, so I had to catch the bus. The double Dutch bus. The double Dutch bus. Yeah, I had to catch the bus. Had to go to work on the bus. And people were looking at me crazy because I had this big old car out there, and was catching the bus. So I said, man, I got to get this car right. So after I got off work, I went to the library to find a book, which they didn't have, so because we didn't have internet then. It was no internet. I could have just easily went to YouTube and brought it up, but no, it wasn't no YouTube, YouTube wasn't even heard of then, but internet wasn't even available. So I finally was able to get uh, a Clinton book. I forgot, Chelsea or whatever that was called. I got the book, and it wasn't for my particular vehicle, but it was close to it. It was for the Buick, I think it was for Buick Riviera, which was close to mine. So after that, after I got that, I found out how to find the firing order on the side of the car, and then I plugged them up, and was able to get everything running. And I got it running, and I was happy, so happy, man. But I never done that again. After that, I became a master mechanic. I became a mechanic able to fix a lot of everything. But that was my first time just doing that, pulling the wires off like that. And I felt stupid too. But all right. Yeah, that's it, man. But I never ever done that again. Now I can take all the wires off if I want, and I can put them back because I know how to look on the side of the engine and find the firing order. But that's it, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share. Share my videos with everyone. Share them with your friends. Share them with your family. Share them with your loved ones. And even share them with your enemies. Yeah. Peace. Adios. Amit.